Royal Dutch Shell was formed in 1907, commonly known as Shell. It's a British-Dutch oil and gas company headquartered in the Netherlands and incorporated in the United Kingdom. It is one of the 6 oil and gas supermajors and the 6th largest company in the world measured by 2016 revenues, meaning the company is successful in its business, denoting a high percentage of turnover and profitability. Shell is an international energy company with expertise in the exploration, production, refining and marketing oil and gas and natural gas, and the manufacturing and marketing of chemicals. The company produces petroleum, natural gas, liquefied natural gas, lubricants, and petrochemicals. Shell has over 82,000 employees as of 2021 and operates over 70 plus countries, making it a huge company. It also stated that their annual revenue was 261,504 million in the same year, and their total assets was valued 90,698 million. The company extracts, processes, and refines oil and gas. It also sells the products. Hence, the company crosses the primary, secondary, and tertiary commercial sectors. Also, Shell produces over 3.2 million barrels of oil equivalent per day and operates around 44,000 service stations globally. In Malaysia, Shell continues to be one of the top employers with thousands employed in their upstream, midstream, and downstream business, as well as in their service and support functions. That is, it would require a large number of employees to manage company business. And as earlier mentioned, the organization employs over 82,000 people, showing that the company is successful. Recruiting and selection processes are part of HR routines. Modern organizations struggle with staffing challenges stemming from increased knowledge work, labor shortage, competition for applicants, and workforce diversity. Likewise with Shell, biggest challenge is difficulty in recruiting and managing the right people with necessary skills to address energy challenges. The world's increasing need for energy and other important resources presents a human resource challenge, particularly in rapidly emerging countries such as Kazakhstan. H. Mitchell, the Chief Human Resources and Corporate Officer, has stated that Shell is facing difficulties to attract and develop the talented workers they need to succeed in this rapidly changing environment. In addition, another challenge is to recruiting more people to harness innovative ideas and advanced technical abilities in places where the energy industry is rapidly expanding, but the talent pool is still developing. Thus, H. Mitchell also asserted that the human resources function is important to ensuring that the proper people with the necessary capabilities are in place to address them. Finding the right people is extremely challenging in the energy sector due to the high level of ability required for many jobs. In 2015, Shell recruited about 9,000 people worldwide. 2/3 of them had technical backgrounds. About 3,500 of them were experienced professionals in mid-career. Even so, Shell plans to keep hiring at a similar pace this year and will continue to target candidates with the requisite technical ability.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Safa Syafiqah binti Muhammad Salih. I will explain on staffing models, framework and theories for Shell. Staffing model is a well-planned strategy for ensuring your organization has enough employees with the long-term objective of preventing downtime or production loss due to retirement or other staff turnover. Depending on the sector, size of the organization and projected growth, staffing strategies tend to differ from one business to the next. Strategic staffing models combine succession planning, long-term planning, and short-term planning. The objective of Shell companies are to engage efficiently, responsibly, profitability in the oil, gas, chemical, and other selected business, and to participate in the search for and development of other sources of energy. Shell companies seek a high standard of performance and aim to maintain a long-term position in their respective competitive environment. From this, the philosophy of Shell is they use statements to articulate business values and cultures. A diverse and competent team is something Shell are dedicated to attracting, growing, and maintaining wherever Shell conduct business. Their diversity of ideas enables them to build solid relationships. The purpose of Shell is to empower employees to make decisions about their future. Shell have their own framework whereby starting with HRM practices. In HRM practices consists of hiring, training, appraisal, compensation, and relation. Shell also use same practices as other organizations as this is the first step Shell need to do in order to recruit people into their organization. Next is HR outcomes. When they have been practiced, the first step in their recruitment and selection process are commitment, quality, and flexibility from their employees. From the recruit employees, the behavioral outcomes where it need to have motivation, cooperation from their employees, and all the employees need to have organizational behavior in term by having good relationship with others. When it comes at performance outcome, Shell is expecting to have positive productivity, innovation that they offer, quality, and also performance from employees such as absenteeism with a good attendance and turnover towards Shell organization. And last outcome would be financial outcome, whereby when Shell has recruit people, Shell looking for profit for their organization. By recruiting people, they have their people to work for them. Theories that Shell use by employ individuals, train them, and pay them in accordance with a plan designed to efficiently organize their organization by providing employees with enough flexibility to maintain a healthy work-life balance and have positive culture that motivate employees. Shell employees are crucial to implementing the Shell strategy effectively by to balance between HR management and Shell business strategies and maintaining long-term business profitability. Strong involvement enables Shell to boost employee performance, strengthen their leadership skills, and accelerate people development. Employees will give commitment at the highest level by working together as one team and implement a culture towards each other such as mutual respect. From this, Shell can maintain their success. From give full commitment, employees take qualitative action which can impact their productivity and give benefits to customers, which we call as quality. Next is human resource planning. Human resource planning is the most crucial resource for an organization by connecting human capital to the company's strategic objective and goals. Shell places a priority on developing individual skills and capacities. Additional, Shell always hires university graduates and follows the principle of growing their own people by offering technical, professional, and leadership development programs. Every few years, employees of the corporation are relocated throughout the globe as part of a strategy that promotes on-the-job training. Besides, human resources constantly serve as a coach to assist employees in identifying their unique strengths and weaknesses when it comes to career planning. In light of a deeper understanding of the needs of the business, HR consult employees on their potential career path and the need for professional development. In contrast, Shell employs a series of standard criteria including helicopter, power of analysis, imagination, sense of reality, and leadership effectiveness for job evaluation and grading in order to determine employees' strengths and shortcomings.
Job analysis is the procedure through which you determine the duties and nature of the job and the kind of people who should be hired for their goal. The three main types for job analysis are job requirement, competency-based, and job rewards. Shell HR uses the job analysis output to develop a job description and job specification. For example, a business admin support for Shell, they summarize the role for the position, where does the position fit, and also the requirement in order to apply for the position. Competency-based are seeking to leverage up the productivity of the organization by identifying the key differences between best-in-class and average performers and then using an integrated approach to all functions of HR. Shell give the support and training to grow and develop because they recognize the crucial part every employee play in their success. They offer employees valuable educational resources. Next, we go to job rewards. Job rewards are the items and experiences that employee earn for meeting goals, turning in exceptional work, being a team player, or any other recognition parameters that a manager puts in place. For extrinsic rewards, Shell offers compensation and benefits packages considered to be among the best in the world. And for intrinsic reward, they offer a flexible working arrangement and paid time off that help the employee achieve a fulfilling work-life balance. Next is recruitment and selection. Recruitment and selection are defined as the process of identifying the need for a job, defining the requirement of the position and the job holder, advertising the position, and choosing the most appropriate person for the job. The process of recruitment and selection begins with recruiting candidates and ends with selecting a candidate to hire, as you might expect from the name. In summary of Shell's recruitment and selection, there is two different ways of recruitment. There are students and graduates recruitment as well as experienced professional hiring. There is technical and non-technical hiring as well as family-friendly careers. By being a student, Shell offer a graduate program for graduate looking for full-time employment. Graduate students receive hands-on training to gain experience and learn about the Shell standard of operation. Those completing the program often eligible for full-time jobs. Students can also benefit from the Assess Internship program. Students work alongside full-time employees and professionals on real-life projects, earning both real experience and academics credit.
Decision making. Decision making is choosing between alternatives based on clear and specific or intangible assumptions. Every HR decision delivers better candidate. Telephone interviews are used for the purpose of screening candidates and narrowing the pool of applicants who will be invited for in-person interview. They reduce the costs that are associated with interviewing candidates from out of the town and assist employees in swiftly and effectively targeting people who meet the requirement of the positions. There is a possibility that you will be required to take online aptitude tests in order to be considered for positions at Shell. After successfully completing the online aptitude test that was provided by Shell, the candidate will then participate in interview with a select group of panel members. The functions of both directive and non-directive interviews are clearly different. If everything goes well during the interview, your evaluation will take place in 3 weeks. The interview will follow a format and it will be a professional interview. Lastly, final match. The offer recipient and the employee both need to determine that the person's knowledge, skills, ability, and other characteristics meet the employment requirements and is set for the final match to take place. When it has been decided to enter into the employment connections, the organizations and the candidate become bound through mutual agreements on the terms and circumstances of employment. This happens after it has been decided to engage into the employment connection. Shell, in the majority of cases, is the party that determines when an employee officially begins working for the company. In order to achieve this goal, they are required to stipulate in their offer a particular starting date, length of contract, amount of compensations, and benefit package. As an illustration, the benefit package offered by Shell place an emphasis on personal choice in accordance with employee requirements and interests. Shell is the first major oil and gas company to offer 16 weeks of paid maternity leave in addition to the standard 12 weeks of paid vacation times for employees.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yusuf bin Yunus. My metric number is 2102255956. I would like to present the improving on suggestion for improving talent recruitment and selection practice. First so far is staffing flow. In the shell, we know that some of the company are not revealed the staffing flow, but when we would like to suggest the share should have the staffing flow chart to ensure the recruitment process going smoothly. The flow chart below shows the actual flow of staffing activity on both organization and applicant decision points, from the time a vacancy occur until the time it filled with the new hire. We can see the first flow from the starting from manager, determine new staffing needs, the position requirement defined, and then job requisition, compose and submit for approval, job posted at the web or the internet, company internet and job posting, applicant review the job posting as us. Next is application, which I take a resume. Application receive review and skill set established. Next, applicant selected from skill set job posting or recent application. Next, scheduled interview. And next, applicant's interview, note taken, applicant's rank, and then the chat references, take notes, and also rank applicants. We see that job offer to the applicants, whether they are accept or refuse. If they accept, the new hire process. The offer refuse, the flow going back to the applicant selected from skill set, job posting, and recent application. The staffing method strategies, we would like to suggest that to ensure the staffing quality, we suggest Shell can apply the staffing method as shown. The goals of the person or job match are the line characteristic of individual job in a way that will result desired HR outcome. In the model, the job has some requirements, reward related to it. The person has some qualification, KSSO, and motivations. To the extent that the person matched to the job, I would like to have it will likely have a positive impact on HR outcome like attraction, performance, retention, attendance, satisfaction, and others. Job requirements should align with the KSO and job reward with the person motivation. There is a matching process. Several points can be made about the person the job match model. First, each individual must be assessed relatively to the job requirement and rewards. There should be a dual match requirement with a KSO reward and with some motivation. The staffing process should focus on both to make successful long-term hire. Job requirements should be expressed in terms of both tasks involved and the KSO needed to perform those tasks. Job requirements often go further and then tasks, KSO and KSO requirements. For example, traveling the staffing process should also consider these matching requirements. The matching process can provide only so much by way of impact on HR outcomes because the HR outcome influenced by external factor. The second strategy or model we can use is person or organization match. You can see at the figures, a person should not only match the job requirement and reward, but also the organization. There are 4 other matching concepts in the staffing process. Next to the person job match, organization value, norm, and desirable behavior, new job duties, multiple job, and the future job. New job duties are tasks that will be added to the job in the future. Hires should be able to perform those tasks in the future. Flexibility issues are also part of the staffing process in terms of hiring people who can provide multiple shaft. Future job refer to forward thinking on part of the organization as to which job assignment the person might assume beyond the initial job. It's about long-term matching. The staffing system should first focus on the person job match, then after that the person organization match possibility can be explored. In the book, the term person or job is used to refer both types of matches for simplicity. On the management and administration, in terms of management and administration, we like to suggest share company has to adapt culture in Malaysia. Example, Bahasa Melayu has used widely in the Shell administrative. We believe in Shell has planning. I have applied planning, organization, leading, controlling to manage a business to achieve goals. Element of component. Can we see at the figures because here, at the interview at Shell experience, we can see there been interviewee ranking the Shell positive for 80%. 5% and negative 15%. The lag is getting an interview about 80%, 7%, 4%, and difficulty 3.4 average. We can see here interview process at Shell. Overall experience is quite be excellent and easy. It's not too difficult, but can be manageable with. Thank you for that.
Shell has multiple strengths related to their recruitment and selection process. Shell use multiple stages of hiring in order to have assurance of the applicant's commitment. On the other side, incorporating so many phases within the recruiting process may deter some of applicants due to the time commitment. Also, the fact that some of the process stages require to have the interview over the phone may be inconvenient for the applicant and seem unprofessional. It is difficult to get candidates to elaborate on their response by phone. The reason is that most of phone interviews must be limited to 5 or 10 minutes. The final stage includes a virtual interviews. Some candidates are not comfortable being on camera and may not present as well as they would in a person-to-person situation. Other drawbacks are connectivity problems can arise, making it difficult to communicate easily or to hear what the candidate is saying, and bad lighting can make it harder to visualize the candidate or present an unflattering view, whereas this method does not work for upper management positions. Also, it will limit recruiter views and opinion on the applicant. Currently, Royal Dutch Shell's recruitment and selection process is fit for purpose but could improve even more. By taking into the account the weaknesses discussed above, reflecting on their methods of recruitment and comparing their profitability and ranking with other companies, Shell is a successful company in the sector because of its recruiting and selection process, which secures and ensures that employees are dedicated to work within the organization, as employees have a direct impact on the business performance.